Thursday, February 9th, it's 11 a.m. Make my way to do a scrap run. This is the scrap that I've put in the truck yesterday. So I'm gonna bring this to scrapyard, do a quick load there, and got the truck all warming up. And from there, I gotta go to the post office. I only have those 2 packages to deliver. Oh, that door is frozen. Yeah. So I only have these 2 packages to deliver from last night. That's the kettle and the LCD screens. I almost slipped. I gotta get some better footwear instead of my slippers. And I gotta get some coffee, maybe a little snack on the way. And we'll hit the road. Scrapyard, post office. Then I have my HVAC pickup that I have to do today. And I have some stuff at my bin as well. So a nice busy day, lots of scrap. Some running around too. Myself a little audio book. It was in my basement inside a big box I hadn't gone through yet. That'll be fun to listen to. Still have the old audio cassette in the truck. It still works.
Forever. Man is the only creature that consumes without producing. He does not give milk.
It's been a while since I heard that story. It's been since like high school, I think. Oh, I'm stuck. She's frozen in the... She is frozen. There we go. Oh, I did not sound good. Alrighty. Yeah, I made it to the scrapyard just fine. I was just kind of stuck in the driveway there. It was really icy. I've kind of taken to not shoveling my driveway because I'm just hoping I can make it till spring without having to shovel. But I might have to. Anyways, made it here. Yeah, this is one thing, guys, that the scrapyard doesn't like to see is big TVs in their scrap pile. Yeah, I'm gonna start unloading. Get going here. So there we have it, 45 bucks. And shred, about 780 pounds. So it was a good bunch of guys there. I always sit and talk with them for a while. So off to the post office now, and then I'm going to go to the HVAC pickup in town. Alright. Just backing in here. Oh, I see copper. Oh, I see copper. It looks good. Ooh, I think it's my favorite piece. Back it in. It's my favorite. Oh boy. Let me show you guys what I got. Where are my gloves? Animal Farm. The audiobook's pretty funny. It's not the best part. That's it right there. Just arrived at my bin. Well, looks like a lot of stuff here today. So grab my hat. It's a bit cold out today. And the gloves. Alright, let's see what we got. It's so icy out here right now. I have a hard time slipping everywhere. Break right through the ice. Okay, this looks good. What is that? What is that? It's got some sort of compressor in here with the aluminum rad. I'm having a hard time thinking what that might be. Bunch of boxes over there. Big Sony TV. And a fridge. kind of hard time getting it back over here. All right, time to get to work. Well, first thing I gotta do is try and stand all this stuff upright. Try and make as much space as I can in the back. All right, so I stood up all my HVAC stuff upright. I'm gonna try and get the fridge to go right in there. Maybe it will fit, and then I'll get the TV to go right here. And then all the boxes, I'll be able to just stuff them all into the cracks. Okay, check that out, boys. I flipped it all the way up. Had no easy task. See, I just flipped it. So there's the compressor on the top. That's an old one. So the heavier these appliances are, what am I talking about? The older these appliances are, the heavier. So I just had the compressor down this side, and I had it resting like that. Then you lift it, the whole thing up and in. And then once it was in, I stood on the ground here, and you just flip it all the way up. Oh, it's heavy. I'll try and get the TV on. So I managed to get the TV on the tailgate. I put the strap on it so I could lift it with one hand, otherwise you can't really get a grip on it. So now I'm going to stand it on its wheels and swivel it, stand it upright so I can close the tailgate. As you can see there, I got the TV on. Here's some of the boxes that I've just brought over, taking a quick peek. I still can't figure out what this thing is, to be honest. See there, it's something. Some sort of refrigeration thing. There's a plug up here. And then this is the only control panel right here. Don't know what it might have been. Like bolted in somewhere. I'll find out. It's just a big box of wires. And there's some goodies down there at the bottom. Like there's a APC battery backup. Other little switches and stuff. I'll show you guys better at home. I'll take all this stuff apart at home. This looks like another box of random junk. There's just some old light fixtures. Got a sump pump, coffee maker. And there's a couple more pumps. Good stuff. And a couple boxes are going to ride shotgun with me. Got all this stuff loaded up. TV. Bin is empty once again. And there we go. Oh, it's just so slippery back here. It's a health hazard, I tell you. So, as you can see here, it's pretty sketchy back here. You got this big drift here on the roof, and it comes tumbling down here. So, in the spring, I'm gonna build. I got some corrugated plastic that I actually got from this bin. Someone dropped off a whole bunch of plastic on me. I'm gonna build like a little shelter over here, just to protect the stuff in the bin and anyone else that might be dropping stuff off. So I'm on my way home. I'm going to continue listening to Animal Farm. It's a good book. I know why they teach that in high school now, or they used to at least. I don't think they teach in high school anymore, but I know why, because it's a really good lesson for everyone. I'm just going to take all the back roads, so don't worry guys about. I know it's a pretty sketchy looking load, but it's all dirt roads all the way home from here, and I'm going to stay off the main roads. And as soon as I get home, I'll get a bite to eat, and then we'll start unloading the truck. Alrighty, I'm taking stuff out of my truck, and here's that fridge. It's really big and old. So there's some things I'll take off of it. That's just plastic. Whole thing's just scrap, really. The older ones have aluminum on the sides here, like aluminum handles, so they're relatively easy to unscrew and take off. Might be worth your time. And the bottom one too. So yeah, there's just these two pieces. It's like I bet you it kind of looks like they were put on by somebody else actually. I don't know if they're part of the original fridge design or not. Anyways, so after I get all that stripped off, I'll close it up. This stuff always falls out all the time, so what I do is I just put it back in, and then I duct tape. I get some duct tape and I duct tape the whole thing around and make sure it's all closed, because it's just a big pain moving it around with it. Kelly! I dropped my treat. It's just a big pain getting this stuff on and off the truck without it falling everywhere. So that's what I'll do. My scrap yard, when it comes to refrigerant, you know, my scrap yards, they say they don't take them, but they do take them. You know, they have a policy that, oh, we don't take refrigerant, but they do anyways. They're not really, they kind of just don't really bother enforcing the rule. So that's where it stands with my yard, but your yard might be different. So make sure you check with them before you bring refrigerant items to their yards. Instead of using duct tape, this is what I did. I just took some band wire and I screw it right on there. It takes a couple extra minutes to get that done, but trust me, it's going to save you a lot in aggravation moving this thing around. And you can also put some other steel in there if you want, and have yourself a nice little thing, steel compartment for when you're loading up your truck, and make things more compact. Okay, 3:30 now, and I'm doing pretty good so far. I'm blazing through this stuff here. There's that TV back there. I've taken apart the furnace. I've taken all the parts that I want off of it. I tested it out. The board is really bad, so I'm leaving the board in there. And that motor, the blower motor, I just can't get that thing out. It's really bolted in there. You'd practically have to take apart this whole furnace to get it. But yeah, those are the parts that are good. I'm going to test, I've already tested all that stuff. It's nice working, so I'm going to resell that. And the refrigerator. And there's some other scrap. That thing from furnace. And these pumps from my bin. That other thing I showed you in my bin, that was like a wine cooler thing. There's a little bit of copper in that wire. So, I'll show you what I'm doing now. This last piece. Saved the best for last. So this is a, whatchamacallit? Guess you call this a water boiler unit. And so there's lots of components that go through this. I do a complete dismantle, and you can see why. Just lots and lots of copper. And this is not uncommon for me to get. It happens every so often. I get one of these from this company. So yeah, there's lots of big pieces of brass on the other side. You can't see it. This is all stainless steel. It's a stainless steel block copper. This behind this thing is they've taken the motor out, but there was a really expensive motor that goes inside there. It's a circulating motor, and I sell those. But everything else on this I don't resell. It's just all pure scrap. And I'll show you. There's the best part is behind this thing on the other side. I'll show you guys that in a second. And this is from that as well. So you got those copper and brass there, and you can see that's all brass. I sell these motors for $25 each in my store. So right in here is the best part. This here, it's all tinned copper. Right up here, that's also tinned copper here. And that's copper going down in here. It's a big, giant piece. It's probably at least, say around 15 pounds of copper right there. Alright, making my way through this thing. Took off the gas valve. It's got a piece of brass and copper attached on it. Valve is aluminum iron, dirty aluminum. Just another piece of copper, brass. So for this one here, I'll probably just chop it off right there. This piece here, that's copper. It's coated copper. It's not enough for me to really worry about, so I'm just going to leave it on with the brass pieces. You know, maybe. We'll see how I feel. You know, maybe it might be worth chopping that piece off. But yeah, and then I see that's what it looks like now. I stripped off the bottom half of it. We got this whole big assembly. So, yeah, big chunks of brass on there. I'm going to take it off. This is cast iron, brass, copper, lots of copper, and then you got the stainless steel heat sink, heat exchanger. And then I'll tackle that part there. I'm going to get that big piece out. Okay, all done scrapping this guy out. This is what it looks like, all scrapped. So that big copper thing, he was right there. There's still a few pieces of non-ferrous I can take out of it, but I'm not going to bother. They're too small. So yeah, this is kind of why you saw me singing, or you heard me singing as I pulled up to the HVAC place, because this all came from that. It's a nice load of brass and copper. So you got like nice, great big pieces of brass like that. Didn't take me that long. Yeah, let me just check the time here. It's 3:50. So it took me about 20 minutes to rip this thing apart. So yeah, this stainless steel. I showed you these pieces before, but I want to show you this guy here. This thing is awesome. It's all copper. It's all tinned copper. So I just have. I'll just show you here. This is steel. I gotta cut those off. So I'm just gonna process this the same way I would process a copper aluminum rad. So I just cut off these ends, and then take a hammer and knock that off. Yeah, I'll show you here. Wow, slippery. Okay, that's gonna get loud. See that? So, I've gotten quite a few of those in the past. I'm still getting them. Really nice. So all done. I'm just going to take this stuff out of the truck and store the scrap. Oh, that's also cast iron. That's the pump. That's clean cast. A few other things I've got from today. That's all from the sump pumps, furnace wire, some other. So that's just all number 2 copper insulated wire. A little bit of copper from a couple other things I took apart, some aluminum, and it's just a little box of, yeah, transformers, stuff like that. So, and I already showed you all that stuff. I'm going to clean off the rest of my truck. I still have to, there's lots of little screws I need to pick up, and I'm going to get all cleaned out. Tonight is garbage night, so still feeling motivated. I'm not tired yet. I think I'll get all cleaned up here and get the truck ready for tonight. Maybe I'll go out. So we'll see how I feel. Okay, I forgot about these 2 boxes I put in my front seat. So I'll go through them. I'll lay it all out and show you what I get in these 2. Okay, finished going through those boxes. Found a bunch of lights. Now, these things, I can't do too much with this stuff. I'll check to see if there's any bulbs in these, because I get a lot of these CFL bulbs, the newer bulbs from this sort of stuff. But, you know, yeah. As far as this glass goes, there's really not too much I can do with this. My municipality doesn't recycle this stuff, so unfortunately, it just ends up going in the trash. But I recycle what I can. I always recycle what I can. But see, a lot of this stuff is just, I can't do anything with it. And it's not vintage enough to resell or anything. So anyways, the other good stuff that I got, this is just a bunch of Apple, I think it's Apple computer, maybe. I don't recognize it, I don't use Apple stuff. But yeah, this stuff, like, I think these are much older Apple things. Bad cat bite. Those pesky critters. More light stuff, and this is a thermostat. I got a circuit breaker. This brand, it's called Commander. It's a bit of outdated brand. The only circuit breakers that I know of that are worth making money are the Square D. All this other stuff seems to be really outdated. Everyone seems to just go with Square D. That's the best brand, I think, that I know of that's worth keeping and looking into for resale. Otherwise, you can sell this copper bearing to the scrapyard. Same with these. These can be copper bearing. You know, you might want to look into this, see if resell. I have sold these in packs like this on eBay, not for very much. Household thermostats. Make sure the old ones have a little piece of mercury inside. Make sure you bring those to a proper weight to dispose of them. Yeah, I think this one would just go to e-waste. Definitely some newer thermostats can go for really big money. Coax cable, it's garbage. I just throw it in with my shreddable steel. Nothing exciting in there. Yeah, just like more stuff like that. Just loose wires. Yeah, what you see in there is what you get. Just the odd, like, little weird thing, but nothing exciting. A lot of extension cords in this pile of stuff. And then in that same box, I got this. This is the battery pack. Definitely want to take those apart. Get that. There's a lead acid battery in that. It has some good weight to it. So yeah, there's going to be a lead acid battery, a copper bearing transformer, and you get lots of nice insulated wire too. This is a seat warmer for a car. Just going to throw that out. Cut the wires off though. And then, yeah, just a whole bunch of extension cords. There's a safety light thing, another extension cord over there. This one actually doesn't look too bad. Maybe I have quite a few extension cords. I don't really like the ones that lock like this. I find them to be a pain. This always seems to break. You can never get it unplugged or plugged in. Security lights. Lamp base, that's cast iron. These things are relatively easy to take apart. There's some screws. Well, maybe not this one. But like, yeah, see, like this one, for example, you can unscrew those, and there's a couple pieces of brass in there that are nice and long. Otherwise, you can just cut it off and maybe send that in as copper bearing. This thing, I don't know what that is. I'm guessing this is like a, you know, you put that into a water bucket for livestock, and it warms up the water. I'm thinking it's something like that, like a water heater, or maybe for a pond. Not sure. I'll look into it. That's about it from those two buckets. Nice little pile of stuff from the bin today. I liked it. Hey everyone, just want to show you this website. It's the Canadian government surplus website, gcsurplus.ca. So it's only available for people in Canada. It's a website that has a whole bunch of random stuff in it. I go on here every once in a while, but to be honest, I almost never bid on anything because the stuff on here just goes so high. It's like eBay, but it starts with its bidding, so they'll have a minimum bid for something, and then you have to just bid and then hope you get it. So it's kind of like a silent auction type. So you don't know what the other people are bidding, and then after the time runs out, you'll see if you got it or not. But this is actually the site that I got my truck on, the truck that I'm using right now. I got it from here. I've gotten a few other things, but yeah, like I was saying, the people that go on here and buy stuff, it just goes so high. I can't believe how much money people pay for stuff these days. But you can check it out. Maybe your area is different. For me, I'm in the National Capital region, but you can choose all the different areas of Canada, all the Northwest Territories, Manitoba, anywhere. So you just choose your region and choose all commodities, and you can start going through, see what's available. So yeah, here we go. Look at this one. So you can buy scrap metal. See, like right here, this is in Gatineau, Quebec, just across the river. Yeah, so you can buy scrap metal, and man, guys on here will see that and like, oh wow, let's get that, and they'll bid so high. I don't understand it. How they make any money. Oh, but check this one out. Man, oh man. Assorted brass casings. So they're starting the bid at nothing. So you can bid whatever amount you want. But I can guarantee you it's going to go high. 20 tri-walls. So you got 20 of these pallets. Total approximate weight is 10,000 kilograms. 20 half tri-walls. That's around 22,000 pounds of brass shell casings. So you can bid on this. Now the only thing is you have to go pick it up. They're very strict, I guess for good reasons, but they have to come equipped and prepared with proper equipment to pick up the whole lot from the building. So you have to bring your own dollies and everything and your own manpower. The entire lot must be picked up in a single trip. That's the big one. I would never be able to do that. It's really close to me too. It's just at the airport, the Ottawa airport. But man, I can't imagine like scrap yards would be buying that sort of stuff. Not little guys like me. Anyways, kind of neat website to check out, but don't get your hopes up. Things go really, really high. This guy got a good deal. This is so you can go to the sold section. So you see what's for sale and what has sold. This guy, still you see here is a bike lot. Other stuff that I've sold. Yeah, anyways. There's a van. $13,000. It only has 18,000 kilometers on it, so it's really low kilometers. Anyways, this guy here, I saw he got a good deal. Vehicle lift. $900. It's about, what, $700 American? Buy server racks. I've bought one of these before. I think I paid like $15 for it. It was crazy getting that thing into the truck. And I scrapped it out. Had some boards on it and stuff and some aluminum. Yeah, you can buy like a whole building full of office furniture. Anyways, worth checking out. Scroll through there. See if you see anything you like.